The system I will be discussing is a planner that plans student activities across the semester. This system has at least 3 non-human components that help me, the student, achieve all of my tasks, goals, and deadlines for the summer 2026 semester. This includes Canvas, Notion, and a Pomodoro timer. And we'll talk about what cognitive abilities each of these tools or each of these components relate to. Canvas is used as our external information source. I receive information about what to do each week through the course announcements, at discussion posts, the syllabus, and any other tabs and information pages on Canvas. When I'm looking at announcements, I am immediately adding a mental to-do list in my visuospatial sketchpad. So this is talking about perceptual memory. I'm immediately writing it down in my brain, and I will need to map it down to put it into short-term and eventually long-term memory. That is where Notion comes in. I've created a Notion template that I've been using for several years. This is my summer 2026 Notion, and what it does is I've got the week distribution, Monday through Sunday. This is week 1. I'm taking HCI and Intro to Cognitive Science, so I have my tasks mapped out for the week. I cross them out as I go. This preserves a long-term storage in my system. I do not need to look up the announcements every single time. I do not need to look up the individual syllabi. I have all of my tasks laid out for the week and the deadlines. I note them when I need to on the calendar widget. And finally, I use the Pomodoro calendar. This has been very effective for me this semester. I use this to help or to prevent cognitive overload. I find that using this timer helps me focus more on the task at hand without freezing my brain due to an overload of information. I have a timely break and I come back to focus time given the 25 and 5 time intervals of the Pomodoro timer. So these 3 non-human components are imperative to successful submissions and hopefully great grade in the courses that I'm taking this semester. A single person trying to perform this task would need to go back between these 3 components. I would need a physical timer. I would need to come back to Canvas multiple times. I would need to write it down on paper. So there would be varied mediums in which I would need to track my tasks versus the current system that I'm using that has all of them in 3 tabs adjacent to each other on a web browser. The information flows between this entity starts from Canvas, flows into Notion, and while I'm working on the tasks in Notion, I have a simultaneous Pomodoro timer running to make sure that I am not overburning my cognitive resources, and I take a break when necessary